If you love cookies more than the Cookie Monster, well, this cake is for you. Personally, I love the soft, chewy kind of cookie, so this cake is made up of layers of moist brown sugar butter cake, brown sugar Swiss meringue buttercream frosting, and it has a chocolate chip cookie in the center of the cake. It's topped with chocolate sauce and more delicious cookies. Yum 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 yum. Let's start with the cake. We are going to add some unsalted butter to the bowl of a stand mixer. This recipe makes quite a lot of batter, so it is recommended you use one of these. If you don't have one, split the ingredients in half and make the batter twice. Or if you have a bowl large enough, just do that. Once you've added the brown sugar and vanilla extract, we're going to whip that up until it's pale and creamy, about 3 minutes. Scrape down the bowl and add your eggs one at a time, stirring each time until they're all in there. And you want to make sure you're scraping the bowl down in between each addition as well. Scrape the bowl down again, add your vegetable oil, some salt and yogurt. We're going to mix that in. Then to a separate bowl, we're going to be sifting in our all-purpose flour along with our baking powder, and then we're going to take a tablespoon of that and add it to a bowl with mini chocolate chips. Mix it together, and what this is going to do is it's going to stop your chocolate chips from sinking to the bottom of the cake as it's baking, and they're going to stay throughout the cake, so it's going to look really uniform. Add half the dry ingredient to the wet ingredients along with half of the milk. Mix that until it's evenly combined, and then add the rest of the milk and rest of the dry ingredients and repeat. Once that's mixed, you're going to scrape down, add your chocolate chips and fold through. We're going to split this batter amongst two 8-inch cake tins. This is going to go in the oven for 40 minutes on 140 degrees Celsius. Once they're baked, let them cool down completely. Let's move on to making the cookies that sit on top and in the center of the cake. We are going to be adding some all-purpose flour, bicarb soda and salt into a medium-sized mixing bowl. Mix that up, and then you're going to add some butter and brown sugar along with some caster sugar to a separate bowl. Mix that until it's pale and creamy, about 3 minutes. Then add your egg. Whip all of those ingredients together, then add your dry ingredients and your chocolate chips and just mix those with a spatula. I'm going to be using a medium scoop to scoop 2 cookies on a baking tray lined with baking paper, and then a large ice cream scoop to scoop 1 cookie, because we're going to be using these cookies to put on top of the cake. With the remaining dough mixture, you're going to add this to an 8-inch cake tin and spread it around until it's nice and flat. This is going to go in the oven for 20 minutes and the cookies will go in for 10 minutes. I made some Swiss meringue buttercream frosting, and I have more on how I did this in the written recipe, which is on the scranline.com. When I was making the meringue portion, I replaced the caster sugar with brown sugar, and we're going to be adding some molasses in there as well, just to accentuate the brown sugar flavors. Mix that in until it's well combined. Now our cake has baked, it's beautifully golden, and look at those choc chips, they're literally like evenly dispersed throughout the cake. Trim the top off, add a little bit of frosting on top of your serving plate and spread that around slightly before you add the first layer of cake. Pipe a ring of frosting around the top and fill in the center with more frosting. You're going to spread that around evenly before you add that cookie dough layer, and then add more frosting before you add the second and final layer of cake. Add frosting on the bottom and the sides, spread that around evenly, and then I got it nice and smooth by using a bench scraper and then just using an offset spatula for the top. And once I had that nice and even, I added some crushed cookies around the sides along with some chopped chocolate. Then I drizzled some of my delicious 1 bowl chocolate sauce on top. And we're going to finish this off with those cookies. And guys, how cute is this cake? If you're a cookie dough lover or a cookie lover or a chocolate chip lover, you're going to love this cake. The recipe lives on my website. The link is in the description box below. If you'd like to see more recipes from me, click on screen right now. Thank you for spending time with me in my kitchen, and I'll see you all on the next episode of the Scran Line. Bye!